If you could get a hold of this gift called righteousness, if you could get a hold of understanding what this gift does for you, then you would overcome anything and everything that ever came into your life. The devil knows better than most Christians know that through the abundance of grace and the gift of righteousness, we reign in life. And the devil doesn't want you reigning in life. He doesn't want you reigning over fear. He doesn't want you reigning over your depression. He doesn't want you reigning over sickness. He doesn't want you reigning over demons. He doesn't want you reigning over anxiety. He doesn't want you reigning over an addiction. He doesn't want you reigning over anything. He wants those things reigning over you. This is why the devil is called the enemy of all righteousness, because he knows what will happen when you are armed with the breastplate of righteousness. It's a weapon. It's a gift that God has given us, but when we realize how powerful it is, we'll begin to activate it as a weapon against whatever is trying to come against us. And righteousness is not right living. Righteousness purely means to be made right with God. To be made right with God. Now, when I first got saved, I didn't understand what righteousness was. So I thought being right with God happened when I stopped doing all my bad habits. So when I stopped doing drugs, when I stopped, being an alcoholic, I thought doing those things made me be a person who wasn't right with God. And by giving those things up, now I'm right with God. None of that is true. I wasn't wrong with God because I was doing drugs, and I wasn't right with God when I stopped doing drugs. I became right with God when He made me righteous. The moment I got born again, I was made right with God, in right standing with God, and He approved of me the moment that I got born again. What makes you right with God is not what you do. What makes you right with God is what Christ Jesus did on the cross. But what the devil wants you to think is sometimes you're righteous and sometimes you're not. And you can lose your righteousness when you're not being right with God, when you're not doing right things. But right things is a different topic. It's important to do right things, but doing the right things does not make us right with God. And this is hard for religious people to understand, because religious people like to consider all that they've done for God, that somehow that makes them right with God. Now, I want to encourage all of us to do great things for God. But doing anything for God does not make you righteous. And doing nothing for God does not make you unrighteous. So when somebody says, are you right with God? And the first thing that comes to your mind is, well, I haven't prayed enough. I got some sin I'm struggling with. So no, I'm not really right with God. Yes, you are right with God. You're right with God because that's been given to you as a gift. And you've been made this. It's not only been given to you as a gift, the gift of righteousness, but God made you the righteousness of God. Now, you may still sin. You might still sin because you made a bad decision, or you just were overcome with anxiety, fear, temptation. Whatever caused you to sin does not change who you are. Now, why is that so important? Because God doesn't want you doing the right thing for the wrong reason. He doesn't want you doing the right things so that you can earn God's approval. He wants you to know you have God's approval. You have been stamped with God's approval. It's called righteousness.